ask you to turn your attention to the screen for a moment.
You want to walk in faith. Yes. You want to walk in faith. Yes. Don't have options. 20 trucks by when? Oh, I didn't see 20. It's okay. But the problem is this. As you are believing God for 20 trucks by, are you sure you've not planned kwamba kuna benki fulani wana mkopo wa riba nafuu? You people, you know, you can sit here and look all polished and you're thinking that this is not. I can come to pinpoint one after the other one. Hapo sio kwamba you're believing God for 20 trucks by what. Kuna mkopo fulani hivi unaofuatilia. Alafu kuna fulani namjua kwenye hiyo benki, kwenye eneo. So as you're praying, believing God, somewhere in your mind where you think God is not seeing, you're also praying for favor with that person as you approach them. When you're applying for that, Yamani. No, it's okay. Sit down. It's okay. Sit down. Sit down. I'm teaching.
Can you just introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, church. My name is Samuel. I'm here to testify the goodness of God.
Awesome. So I believe that as the man of God was speaking in that service in February last year, he was speaking to you, yes?
That's correct. Last year, as you saw in the clip, the man of God, Pastor Isaac Malonga, he was teaching on the faith series. And during that time, and actually that was an example, he pointed at me and said, 20 trucks by when? And by that time, our company was discussing in planning on having 20 trucks, but it was for 2023. And I stood up and I said 2023. And then he went on and said, the man of God, Pastor Isaac Malonga, went on and said, the problem is you have option. Because you are thinking about the bank, the loan, and everything. And of course, that was what was on the table. That was the plan. That was the strategy. And in fact, that was what we did back then. So that prophecy was on point. And if I can go further, the bank loan actually collapsed, did not succeed. And it was tough because, one truck FOB cost about 21 to 24 pounds. We are talking about 25 to 27,000 US dollars. So it's a lot of money. And I think by then we had about 8 trucks. So it was a huge leap of faith, and a lot of money that was required to be invested to receive it. So we didn't know actually what to do. But later on, during the same time, we continued to trust on the Lord, and we had a positive engagement with one of our key suppliers. And you know what? He said to us, like, you guys, you can have these trucks, and you can start paying me as, on installment basis. Yeah.
It's quite sorry to cut in because these things are shocking. Maybe for those of us without a frame of reference, when you talk about 25 to 27,000, US dollars, we're talking about what now? Maybe around 70 million or so?
Yes, and upward of that.
Oh, yeah, because you said that is basically, in his logistics terms, he used the funny term to say FOB. What he basically means is that doesn't include the whole process of it actually reaching him.
Yes,
So you have to factor in additional costs.
Yes, so when I'm saying 25 to 27, that is just procuring cost. But there's also what we call local cost, where you need to pay your taxes, and then which is an upward of 10,000 to 15,000, depending on the age of the truck, as well as your normal maintenance, your startup. We call them the startup costs to get the unit on the road. So we are talking about 120 million to 140 for the one unit to be on the road. So that's a lot of money, and of course we had an option, as Baba said. We believed that we could have got that money from the bank, but God came through, and yes, we managed to secure that.
And how different would it have been if you had actually managed to go through your option, if you had secured your loan?
I believe it would have been a disaster, because the loan would have been too huge. It is something that my partner and I normally thank God for that loan not to succeed, because it would have been a very big burden to our business, given the fluctuations of the market that has happened for the past 2 years. Sometimes there's no cargo at all. Sometimes there's drop in prices, and it would have made our business to suffocate, and could possibly cause a collapse, because it's very easy to collapse simply because of huge debts.
Wow. So the option failed, and then God came through in this way. And so where are you now in your journey to 20 trucks by the end of 2023?
So we really thank God again for a man of God, Pastor Isaac, because by when was it? By Q3 this year, we already had 20 trucks, and now we are on our way to 24, 26, I think, by the end of this year. So God has been very good, and we want to thank our man of God and our mother, Pastor Isaac Malonga, for every teaching, for the inspiration, for the prophecy, for the covering, for the love, for the guidance, because our business has been sustained by it. And we couldn't see ourselves getting there without them pushing us, without them teaching us, showing us, they're giving us even the strategies to go about it. So they are the gift from God for us, and we are truly appreciate this. Thank you.
Come on, we can celebrate Jesus in this place.